Go ahead, guys. Go ahead. Don't worry about it. Good, good. I'm just looking at you, how easy it is to scan now.
Oh yeah, one-handed operation. I can adjust my exposure mode here. If you have a darker part, like shinier part, you can increase the laser intensity a little bit.
That is awesome. Oh. Now check this out. He's spinning it around and look what he's scanning there. Be precise on every scan. That's awesome stuff. And how heavy is the actual 3D scanner? Oh no, a pound maybe. Yeah. And it's connected directly to a PC, or it has another system connected?
So it's got just a USB-C cable that goes into the
okay. Now setting up, you have to set up all the precise points to also, in order for the system to work properly, or can you?
These retro-reflective targets to orient itself in space. So when I point this at a part, you can see they light up green when they're in the field of view.
Yeah.
As soon as I go off of that, it's going to just give me an So it needs to see 3 points in order to triangulate its own position in space. So that's why we have the points.
All right, so the points are to find out precise space where they're located. If you guys can see that. So once he takes it, like right now, he just demoed when he took it off the actual system. It couldn't locate it, but now it knows exactly where to locate the actual 3D object and go back.
So you can see we get a general scan here, but if you want to say in this area where there's some writing here, we want to catch that, we can go into what's called detail scan mode. So we select an area for higher detail, and now we're going to tighten up the point spacing right there. Start scanning again. Now we're going to be going into 1/8 of a millimeter.
All right, so he's going to scan the lettering in there.
So we'll take a second here, and then we'll just start scanning this area right here. Now you can see we're filling that area in with more points. I'm just going to go left a bit, to the right a bit, a little bit below. Just get all the angles on those letters here. That. Get the right arrow to finish.
Let's see. No, it's going to calibrate. Let's see if it got some of the lettering in there.
It's going to take a second here.
Yeah. On the render, it takes a bit, but it's working on the math sequence and everything just to capture this stuff. And there it is. Oh, man.
And then we can finalize our mesh here, which is going to clean it up a little bit more. So that's going to process, and while that's working, I'll show you one I did earlier. So this is what it's going to look like when it finishes processing. So you can see there's the standard resolution here, and then the higher resolution in the area that I specified.
So you guys were known for making lenses.
Yes.
Now you're making lasers, scanners. So
there's lenses in there.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. But look at this, incredible now, the details on it. So if you're ever going to clone something, like for example, what I see a lot of manufacturers doing is that parts are obsolete. You don't have to have the part in hand no more. You scan, you have your scan set up, your database set up. All you got to do is print it out in the material that you need it in, and it's ready to go. So that's one thing that I see. Jay Leno, if you guys know, Jay Leno does car manufacturing. He actually has a system like this that manufactures his own parts for these obsolete cars that he owns.
Even tighter, but for picking this kind of stuff up, scan the part. That's crazy.